Welcome to Half the Battle, and welcome to It's My Vacation this week, so we're getting a really easy video, a Q&A, with some bonus content at the end. What do you say we delve straight into the questions? Number 1. What's your favorite G.I. Joe cartoon episode and why? Well, I think I answered that in my top 6 or whatever cartoon episodes, but just to reiterate, it was Worlds Without End. It really was a great two-parter and explored some of the darker aspects of G.I. Joe. It was almost thriller-like. Plus, I really like alternate universe stuff. Question 2. What's your worst and best issue of the G.I. Joe comic? Well, my favorite one would be issue 82, Weeding Out. I really liked seeing the process that recruits go through to become Joes. As for least favorite, that was Ladies' Day, a special missions issue. It's really the pits, and believe me, its day will come. Question 3. Of all the aircraft in the series, which was your favorite, and is there a real world craft they didn't do that you would have liked to see? Well, as for one that was never in the G.I. Joe line, the C-130 transporter plane. I mean, it would have been a huge toy, but it would have been pretty awesome. As for my favorite air vehicle from the line, well, a lot of people will say the Night Raven or the Rattler or the Sky Striker, and don't get me wrong, those are all awesome toys. But personally, these days, I tend to go for the Mamba. I mean, it's a 3-headed helicopter that really has moving rotors and bombs that drop. It's just awesome and it looks really, really cool. So, the Mamba, for the time being anyway. I sometimes just change my mind every now and then, but let's just say for this week, it's the Mamba. The next question, what G.I. Joe characters would you like to see in the next movie if they do end up making it? Yeah, it's still pretty much in development hell, isn't it, at the time this video is made? Well, instead of characters that I'd like to see added, I'm thinking I'd rather see characters being brought back. I really think they should re-include Scarlet and also maybe Destro. I mean, Scarlet is basically synonymous with G.I. Joe. The fact that she wasn't in Retaliation was just really, really stupid. And as far as Destro is concerned, hey, if you can't get the original actor back, who cares? Dude wears a mask! Question 5. Will you be trying to attend the last JoeCon in 2018? Maybe we can get a GoFundMe going, because it's a long way from Belgium to Tennessee. Well, money really isn't the problem, it's such a long way away, and I've got responsibilities here back home. Plus, Tennessee, and no disrespect to anybody from Tennessee, doesn't really sound like a tourist spot I'd like to visit. So, no, I don't really see myself attending the 2018 JoeCon. As for it being the last one, well, in its current form, probably, maybe, but I have a feeling that something else will come along to replace it. So, I don't really think it'll be the last G.I. Joe convention there'll ever be. And no, I'm not talking about HasCon, something Hasbro is doing themselves, because that seems like an unmitigated disaster waiting to happen. So no, don't start a GoFundMe to get me to America. If you really want to support the show, you can do that through Patreon. If I get just 3 more supporters, I'll open it up so that patrons can vote on some of the episodes that I do. So if just a couple of you gave $1 a month, then you'll get to decide on some of the content of the show. Question 6. How many languages do you speak? 4 or 5, depending on if you consider Flemish and Dutch to be separate languages. But Flemish, what we speak here in Flanders, and Dutch, well, the differences there are basically the same as the differences between American English and British English. A few words mean different things, and we have a few expressions that the other won't understand, but other than that, it's pretty much identical. As for what languages they are, well, there's English, obviously, and Dutch or Flemish. Then there's French and German. And I can understand a bit of Italian and Afrikaans, but that's about it. A follow-up question to that was, why do you know so much about American history? Seriously. A lot of what I do is research, basically. I look stuff up if I need it. But I will admit I know quite a bit just from absorption through popular culture. And the final question is, do you like to customize your Joes? Yeah, I do a fair bit of that. Some of it is really simple, like just swapping heads. Some are full paint jobs and mix and matching parts. You know what? I'm gonna show you a bunch as an extra little treat. A simple head swap is the very basic form of customizing. I do it to give characters that wore helmets that couldn't be removed ordinary heads. Or in one case, I added a bit to the character. Quick Kick here finally wears a shirt, and he's now an MP. So he's a bit more than just a martial arts guy. In 1998 we got an updated Cobra Trooper, and I changed him so he's an updated red face mask Cobra Trooper, with a helmet that I added some paint to. I often paint stuff to get rid of the gaudy neon coloring, like on this guy, and also on the Mega Viper. You gotta admit it's a bit of an improvement. And it's not just the action figures. Vehicles can get this treatment too. Like the Badger becomes a very nice looking Cobra vehicle once you get rid of the neon yellow. Finally, I've always liked Cesspool's chest. It makes a great Cobra logo for, say, Cobra Commander, so I painted it black with silver highlights, and that's how I got a new version of Cobra Commander. Because God knows Cobra Commander hasn't gotten enough toys over the years. Well, see you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?
Crashing